Yes, that music can only mean only one thing. It's the semi-relevant movie quiz. The quiz where we try and stump each other with stupid questions that are kind of about 1996's Space Truckers. We've got 3 questions each, and whoever gets the most right wins 147 trailers of Mars's finest genetically squared, jacked up hogs. Which is
awesome.
Which is a line from the movie. So good
I
luck
reckon you
dealing
can
with
flash
that.
fry a whole square pig. Oh,
you can just slice it. You could just slice it nicely.
Square. It's square.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Right. Do you want to go first, Dave, this week? And I'm going to throw the questions over to you.
Well, ever since I can remember, Sam, I always wanted to go first on an unrelated quiz round.
A semi-relevant movie quiz is what I've shortened it to.
Semi-relevant movie quiz.
Okay. So we're going to have lots of.
Remember the name.
We're going to have lots of movie questions about this movie. It's going to be just trivia dripping with
loads of really, really digging down into
like hog fat, dripping square hog fat, full of meaty questions about this movie, right?
Yeah. So obviously, the most important fact about this movie is that Debbie Mazar was in Goodfellas, which holds a prime place in my mind because I'm a white guy, and that's a white guy movie made by white guys for white guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Debbie Mazar, who stars in this movie, co-stars perhaps, she is in Goodfellas in a minor-ish role. She is not Ray Liotta's first mistress, who I thought she was. She is, in fact, a mistress of one of his friends who later becomes his mistress, and she's helping him package cocaine.
Right.
What was the name of Debbie Mazar's character on Goodfellas?
Oh, fuck.
There's only a first name. Only a first name.
Have I got options, or just am I freewheeling this?
Well, just put yourself in the mindset, Sam, right? It's the 1980s, made up Martin Scorsese in New York. You're a cocaine addict. You're sucking Ray Liotta's dick. You've only got the one name, and you're played by Debbie Mazar in 1990. At the age of 26 or so.
Yeah, like Tina. I feel like a Tina's like a nice kind of,
Your instincts are good. It's a Y
East
name.
Coast.
It's a Y name. It's a E name. It's a Y. It's got a Y at the end.
Tonya? No, a Y at the end. Right. Okay. So,
So not Tonya, because that does not have a Y at the end.
no, I'm with you now. I understand how words work. I'm just thinking of. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of every single name that has an IE at the end because it's the same sound.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Abby. Fuck. I don't know. Debbie again. That's IE. That doesn't make sense. I can't think of a single.
I don't think you're going to get it, Sam.
I'm not going to get it.
It's very
What?
American. It's Sandy. Sandy?
Oh, Sandy. So that's a big, heavy for me. Oh, dear.
Absolutely. Now,
Right. What else you got?
what else I have got is in the top 10 highest grossing movies of 1996. And I may be doing myself because you may have looked at this list because, again, there's not a lot of
I have
trivia
not.
about this
I have
movie.
not.
There are 3 movies in the top 10 of 1996 that you could term sci-fi movies. To get the point in this round, you will need to give me 2 of those movies.
So there's
1996.
There's
1996. There's 3 that use the term, I would say, are sci-fi movies.
Okay.
I might give you the point if you get one of them, actually, but it's fine. There are 3. We can argue about one of them, but there are 3.
I know for a fact. Well, I hope I know for a fact. I'm going to feel really stupid. That there is a science fiction movie that is a lot better than this. Stars better actors than this. And is called Independence Day.
Bing, bing, bing. $817 million at the box
Lord.
office. That is number 1 for this year.
Good Lord.
That is an astoundingly large amount of money. I did double check that when I looked down because that's the worldwide gross, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, Independence Day is like, holy shit, Will Smith. Cash that check. because this guy is going to go to the moon. Okay, so there's another one there.
I'll give you a clue for the second one. It is. They made several of these. It stars another black actor, and it's a comedy, sort of. It is a comedy.
I have no fucking clue. I'm trying to think of
90s movies. Think of series that should have ended way before they ended. Think of an actor who maybe is quite famous for playing a lot of roles in his films.
Eddie Murphy, right? So we're thinking a science fiction movie with Eddie Murphy. Is that where we're going? Am I close? Am I hot? Am I cold?
Yeah, you're right. What's the movie?
A science fiction movie. Eddie Murphy. It's not Dr. Dolittle, is it? That's not science fiction, no? Surely.
Nope.
I don't know. Tell me.
It is The Nutty Professor.
Then...
Which I believe, because I was like, a sci-fi movie. I believe the plot of it is that he invents... On Wikipedia, The Nutty Professor is a 1996 American science fiction comedy film starring Eddie Murphy. I think it's because it's got the magic thing that makes him thin temporarily,
that makes
which
sense.
Is science fiction.
That makes sense. So another... Well, so if I'm right by your question, I've got one more chance to save this to get the point.
No, I think I'm going to give you the point because you got Independence Day, which is what I wanted.
I want to offer as well. Isn't Mars Attacks out in 1996? I don't know if that's
yes, it is,
top.
But it's not one of the top 10 highest grossing movies. So the one I was going to go with, and I actually want your opinion on whether you think this is a science fiction movie, because I'm now thinking it's because no, it is. It's Space Jam. Space Jam is a science fiction movie, isn't it?
I was going to say Space Jam. There we go. The point for me. Brilliant.
Space Jam. It's a science fiction movie, though, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think kids' movies are wild enough that they can just get pulled. A bit like Night Professor.
Yeah,
it's like multi. So I reject the premise of your question.
Fair enough. That one didn't use science fiction movie in the Wikipedia page of the first 10 words. So it was more of a question of, we don't know, it's fine. There were a lot of sci-fi movies out this year, but the top 10. Do you want to hear the rest of the top
10? Yes, I do.
Twister, number 2. Just short of 500 million. Mission Impossible, the first one. Stay tuned, we're going to watch that.
There's going to be loads of them coming.
The Rock.
The Rock, yep.
Number 4, The Hunchback of Notre Dame and 101 Dalmatians. Next on the board.
Wow.
Yep. Ransom, which is a Ron Howard movie starring Mel Gibson.
I'm sure that's great. I think
and you can keep it.
Yeah, I think.
And Jerry Maguire, which is also on our list, I believe, of films to watch.
Shit-eating Tom Cruise movies. There we go. Right, let's hit me with the next question. Let's do it.
Right, so ever since I can remember, I always wanted to continue to ask you Goodfellas questions because I really did struggle to find anything related to this movie.
You have not done that. I've got so many. Just you.
I'm excited. So, as I said, I thought Debbie Mazar in this movie. I had conflated her with... So my opening line in this movie was, there is a whore living in this apartment. She's talking to the super and she's buzzing all the... This is Lorraine Bracco. There is a whore living in this apartment. It's one of the most iconic scenes, screaming that in the street. Now, I thought that was Debbie Mazar, so I was going to come in hot with like a... she is the whore living in the apartment.
A really well-developed impression, as we've already heard.
As we discussed, I've been working on it for weeks. I've had a voice coach. Wow. It has not worked. You can't scrub this Yorkshire stuff out very quickly. It's a problem. What is the character name? And I would accept the actor's name, but there's absolutely no way, because I can't pronounce it. What is the character name of Ray Liotta's first mistress? I would accept the first name if you haven't got the full name.
I'm going to go Tina again. I'm thinking Tina. It's in my brain. I don't know why. There's something about it. Diamond or something like that. Like kind of like trashy New York, but the gangster. Maggie, Margaret. I've no idea. I've no idea.
It's a big no. It's so the line is, I would like you to know you have a whore living into Rossi, Janice Rossi. He's my husband. Get your own goddamn man.
It's very good. I mean, that accent is amazing. So that's a big, small for me.
You got one. You got one. You got the Independence Day question. So that's one out of 3.
1 point out of 3. I'm disappointed in myself.
Okay. I struggled here because there's not a lot of I could thought about some Dennis Hopper questions maybe, but what could I ask you about his troubling personal life? I don't think so. The fact that he died 15 years ago and none of us noticed.
I know, it's a shame, isn't it?
The fact that George Wendt isn't dead. All of these things are shocking. But
really?
Yep, he's still going.
Fucking hell. That is surprising. I'm surprised by that. Considering. Anyway. Okay.
At the time of this recording. Just I've jinxed something there.
Days afterwards. So it's my turn to stump you, Dave, and you've got to get more than 1 point to win the round, which I'm very disappointed by. Let's start with question 1. At the start of the movie, we see some space advertising along the Stellar Highway. Which of these is not an advert we see in the movie? 3 options. A, liquid beef, you'd swear it came from a cow. B, holster your weapon at Gamora. Don't let... I'll start again. Holster your weapon at Gamora. Don't get off half-cocked. Or C, I go, go, go with Laxago, because it's got rocket action. So one of those is not from this movie. Any ideas? What are we thinking? What sounds...
Do you know what I'm thinking, Sam? I'm thinking the laxative one is really well written and funny, and therefore probably isn't yours.
Well, I would say none of these are mine. I'm going to leave it there. So don't use that basis.
Shit.
So we've got liquid beef.
I think I remember the Gamora thing. I remember the Gamora sign. I remember seeing Gamora because I'm obviously biblical, very big for me, of course. I'm very, very big. So
you definitely remember seeing that in this movie. Definitely remember seeing that in this movie.
Fuck off. No, it's just in my brain. What did we watch last week? Maybe it was in that.
Liquid beef, you'd swear it came from a cow. Holster your weapon at Gamora. Don't get off half-cocked. Or I go, go, go with Laxago because it's got rocket action. I'm going to need your final answer very soon.
I think it's the Gamora one. I think you're right. I think that's from Fallout New Vegas.
Dramatic pause. You know what, Dave? That's amazing, because that literally is from Fallout New Vegas. Congratulations.
Was when you said, I was like, oh, it's like, yeah, it's from, there's a casino in, because I'm a loser, it's a casino in Fallout New Vegas called
You knew, it was in your head somewhere, you knew where it was from, and you got it right. Would you like to hear some of the other signs that I would. I literally paused the movie and had a great day at work today. This is what Rubik's Cuban Cuisine, your money back if you vomit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Newton's gravity pills, Einstein relativity gauges. Salvage, resell ejection modules. Sparkling moon water, it's lunified. And get your red hot circle dog. Do not feed to pets. There's also, for some reason, a Motorola logo and a Jim Beam logo. I have no idea
what that's about. I wonder if they got paid.
It's for like a split second as well, so I don't think it is. I think it would have been more prominent. It would have been on the screen for 20 minutes, Let's move to question 2. So this movie is about space trucking, but let's bring it back down to earth. In American trucking CB radio code, what does brush your teeth and comb your hair mean? Is it A, check your tire pressures and oil levels? B, careful, a law enforcement vehicle is speed radaring trucks? Or C, a truck stop is close and there's a possibility of some intimate relations? So what does brush your teeth and comb your hair mean? CB radio code.
I would love to believe, I really, really would love to believe that this is code for there's a sexual hookup at the next rest stop. I just don't think it is. I think, because again, I drive not a truck, but I'm not in America, but there's nothing people who are driving.
So with all your experience, yeah.
Shut up! No, hear me out. There's nothing people who drive love more than warning you illegally that there's police cameras. Like,
yeah.
It was one of the big. When I learned to drive, I was like, "Why is everyone flashing their lights all the time?" And people were like, "Oh, it's because there'll be a speed camera around the corner that they've seen." And you're like, "Why would they warn me about that?"
So if your van could go beyond the speed limit, you would slow down.
Exactly. If my van was technologically capable of going beyond the speed limit, then I would be like, right, well, I'll slow down now. That's fine.
They've still got guys with flags in front of you, waving them people out.
Well, I have to do hand signals. It's fine, you know.
Oh yeah, I get it.
It's that old. I've got flags, 2 flags, one really
Flintstone style feet power is only so powerful. So is that your final answer? You're going to say, be careful.
I think so. It's not tyre pressures and oil levels because that's stupid, to be honest. But
well done, Dave. So that is what are we on? Are you on 2 points? So you've already beaten me. And
in the mud.
Congratulations about that. Now,
as if your Goodfellas knowledge wasn't brushed up on for this quiz.
Well, I think give me some fucking options, Dave, is what I'm going to harass you about after we start recording. But anyway,
I apologise.
Let's go to my last question, which is, I cannot express my joy in just how deep I went into this. So, of course, Dave, you've heard of the 2002 failed Adult Swim pilot, The Groovinians. Well, if you haven't, it's an animated TV show about 2 misfit aliens named Jet and Glindy who are searching for a less boring planet than the one they live on called Groovinia. Debbie Mazar voices Swirly. But which fellow Space Truckers actor also stars? Is it A, Stephen Dorff? Is it George Wendt, the Interport guy, Norm from Chiz?
I know who George Wendt is, yeah.
Is it C, Dennis Hopper?
It's not Dennis Hopper. I'm sorry, that's fine. Of all the things I'm certain of, I'm certain it's not Dennis Hopper.
You're certain? Okay.
It's got to be Dorff. I mean, when all the Cheers actors, and he's kind of in that point, but he doesn't do a lot of voice work. He's not like fellow Cheers alum. Cliff Clavin, played by the pig from Toy Story. So he has a name. You know who I mean. And
every Pixar movie that he
exactly. He just lives at the Pixar like voice artist studio or whatever.
Now,
I think it's got to be Dorff then.
It's got to be Dorff. Are you sure? Because I would say there's like it's 2002. There's lots of Adult Swim is pretty popular. So I mean, you happy with Dorff?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy with the reality of Stephen Dorff voicing characters in Adult Swim shows. I'm not sure Dennis Hopper's the good energy you want in a recording booth, to be honest.
Well, I'm going to give you a massive, because it is in fact fucking Dennis Hopper.
What?
And I have proof. Are you ready for this?
What?
It's unbelievable, but it's true. I'm going to just load up a video file into StreamYard.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So this is the credits that we're watching. The Groovinians. And this insane music. Keep watching. Dennis Hopper.
Paul Rubens.
It gets better. It gets better. We're just going through the rest of the credits with Debbie Mazar as well. And then we've got clips that I have edited in my video editor today. It shows them both in action.
Now, Glindy, it's time to bid farewell to Jet and hello to your exciting
Look at this animation.
Of dreams and
this is
boredom.
Dennis Hopper talking.
You two make quite a couple. Wow, delicious.
And here we go. Here's Debbie Mazar.
Swavo.
Ah, what is this?
And whoever the hell this guy is.
Why do you Swavo in this way?
Look, lover boy, we all know you have a face with a view, but enough already. It's dripping from the walls here.
They're all funny, very beautiful, for the simple reason
I know, Dave.
that
You're speechless, as am I.
Beautiful. Holy smokes!
As was Adult Swim
I
executives.
hate you, yet I love you.
This
But I
is
hate you.
terrible. What the fuck? I can't say I'm surprised I got cancelled. I don't know what the art style is there, what the animation style is.
It's even for 2002. It feels really, really retro, doesn't it? Now you might have noticed also. You noticed some other names there. It also features Drina De Niro, which is Robert De Niro's adopted daughter.
Nepotism!
Did you notice RuPaul, as in RuPaul's Drag Race, is also in this? I mean, this is... There's this video and there's a Reddit post, and that is the only evidence that this thing exists. And I just couldn't believe our goddamn luck.
Paul Rubens played Pee Wee Herman. He died, I think, fairly recently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Paul Rubens. Yeah, I mean,
he died in fact this summer.
So I would like to give you a round of applause, and then me a round of applause for finding this clip. And let's end the game show there. So there we go, Dave. We have watched a fantastic movie, a cult classic that we're going to, I think, bring back into the mainstream culture.
Single-handedly.
Space Truckers 1996.
Oof.
You feeling good?
Yeah.
Well, that's really emphatic.
Movie.
That's a really emphatic.
This is a fun movie, but I don't know, with a bit of distance of like I said, when I watched it, it was a bit like a fever dream, and I think I was kind of like infected. I think it got me high a little bit, and so I was into it, and then having slept on it, and then we're in the cold light of podcasting now. I'm like, I don't know if in all good conscience I could tell anyone that it's a good movie. It's a good, there are good bits, but like, it's not a good movie.
No, I think
it's very deficient on the memes. Where is my Daddy Lannister pulling his dick ripcord?
Yeah. Well, I think we need to. Descend into the meme mines and start digging. To be honest, because we have a responsibility to bring people back these jewels. Daddy Lannister pulling his. I mean, I just think there's just too much opportunity here that we're missing if this isn't part of the social consciousness. I just don't want to be... Think of all the Iron Throne jokes you can make. Lannister always pays his debts once he's pulled his dick ripcord.